One of the first lessons that I learned, and something that really has been ingrained in me, is the importance of achieving proper exposure. Now, without discussing the ins and outs of the exposure triangle in this video, I basically learned to use my light meter and place it dead center for the quote correct exposure. Even today, years later, while shooting, I will pay attention to the light meter on my digital camera, like I'm sure you do too. When the little notch is dead center and not on the plus or the minus side of the meter, then I know that my image is properly exposed. And this is great, except sometimes it's completely wrong. So hear me out, because I'm going to discuss a method that I've been using to create the images that I used to see in my mind's eye, but that I couldn't get by using the camera's correct exposure. Now, the problem with using your camera as a light meter and always putting that needle dead center, especially with natural light subjects, is that your camera's light meter is designed to give you an average of the scene. And this means that often the resulting image you take is going to look average. So the solution really is quite simple. What you need to do is under or over expose your image on purpose to dial up the drama in your particular scene. So let's talk about underexposing first, and I will tell you how I use this method to get super dramatic results like this. So basically, you want to set your camera to raw. Then what you want to do is purposely underexpose your image by like 1 or sometimes even 2 stops. Now, even if it looks too dark in the camera's viewfinder, don't worry, because we're going to tweak that bad boy in post, and trust me, it's going to look incredible by the time we're done with it. Now, why do we have to underexpose the image? Well, there's a couple of reasons we do that, so let me explain. First, you are automatically enhancing the blacks because you're darkening them, and this is going to give your image a lot more drama. So we're getting away from the average grays that your light meter is going to look for. But more importantly, your camera sensor is much better at retaining detail in the darker areas than it is in the lighter areas. So if you overexpose your image and have a very bright white spot in your image that's blown out, it's virtually impossible to bring back any detail in post. When you underexpose, however, you can bring back a ton of detail in the shadow area while also retaining those highlight areas without them being blown out. So this is a technical reason why lots of photographers will purposely underexpose their image by a little bit and then plan on post bringing those shadows out. You can take the shadows out, you can even up the exposure in post, and you're still going to retain a ton of detail. So let's talk about the opposite side of the same coin, overexposing. So your camera's light meter can also be ignored, or really, to be more accurate, what we're talking about is using it as a guide instead of as a ruler. And you can do this with overexposing the image too. For instance, there's times where I want to get sort of a dreamy, ethereal look in my photos, and by purposely overexposing the image, I'm able to do exactly that. And when I do this, in my mind, I'm thinking highlights be damned, because if I lose all the information in the highlights, I don't even care, because it just adds to the drama of what I'm trying to create. So if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, share it. And make sure you check out my sponsors. Mostly check out B&H Photo. If you're going to buy any gear, check out my B&H Gear page. And if you use any of my links, I'd appreciate it. I also am a T-Mobile sponsor. I really love T-Mobile. Check them out in the description below. I have my own photography coaching group, which you can check out down there. And that's basically it. Here's wishing you an amazing day. Go out and take some great pictures, and I will see you in the next one.